One, two, three. Hi angels. Today I'm going back to my roots. What is my root? I'm artsy, I'm creative. I have this rod that bothering you right now so much. I don't know what to tell you. This is the only way I can get the top down angle from my camcorder. And I'm utilizing all the two cameras. As you know, I started this journey of chasing my dream, finding my passion, following my creativity, and YouTube is a huge part of it, 99%. And I wanted to get back to my hobby. It was my major for a long time, and I bought this thing like palettes and brushes and everything, and I never really used it. I still got the skill. It's like bicycle. You can do it if you try it and it gets back to you. But like it doesn't feel fun, and I want to find fun of painting. My YouTube algorithm recently is showing me like very short 10 minutes, 15 minutes painting videos that real artists do. See, I'm using the real artist. Well, I am also a real artist, and you are too. Everyone is artist. I'm reading Artist Way. I'm doing all the tasks. You know, I do morning pages. I'm week 8. I'm really trying to get back to my roots, and you're watching my another artist day. I don't know if you guys watched it. I'm not from US, but when I grew up, I watched Bob Ross a lot. That says a lot. That guy was international popular guy, star. I watched him so much. Like every morning or every Sunday morning, like his channel, there was Bob Ross. But I never followed his tutorial. His program is like tutorial. So today we are gonna follow Bob Ross's tutorial. The Julio Painting has official YouTube channel, so I'm pulling up here, and I love beach. I love beach, not like that. I love the ocean, I love the sea.
Welcome back. So glad you could join us again today. Today I thought we'd do a fantastic little seascape.
Blue Moon, I wanted to do Blue Moon because I love the sea, I love the moon, and we want to try. I know he's more of oil painting guy, but I'm not an oil I'm not an oil painting girl. So I'm gonna go with my watercolor, and I'm not gonna be real surprised if I ruin it. Let's put my hair up so I can concentrate. And I might talk about my life because I decided to draw today because I feel something is like not settling in me. I'm trying to feel better.
And I've taken the liberty of going ahead and covering the canvas with a layer of Prussian blue, very firm paint. So with that, let's get started.
Okay. He started. I'm excited. He's already using the thing of oil painting, which is you can start with dark and you can go lighter, but watercolor doesn't do that. I'm just gonna try my best, have fun, okay? I'm gonna also use some poster color white to mimic some kind of thicker consistency. He started from darker canvas, but I'm not gonna paint my paper black or dark.
Create a little light area right in here somewhere. There we go. And just making little X's, just brush it like that.
One thing about watercolor is you cannot really go fast or as aggressive as oil colors do, because then you will rip paper. So you gotta be really mindful of the strokes you take. It already comes messy. I'm trying not to go over too much on the space that I already painted. I used to know all the paint names, but I forgot it, so I'm not gonna call it because it's not tutorial. I just wanted to process my feelings and express myself. I don't want to think too much. It's in how I'm doing, how it's looking. So I'm gonna build up just right here. Trying to mimic the similar effects of what he's doing. I didn't prepare what I'm gonna say in this video. I just decided press record, and if anything comes up I'll say it. I didn't want to push myself too hard or force anything. That's why I think I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable and something is stuck. I'm gonna tune into my inner artist and see what happens. When I film a video, I always think, oh, it's gonna be such a good idea, and then when I'm doing it, I feel like, oh, it's gonna be so bad. And then when I edit it, again think, oh, it's gonna be so good, it's gonna be the best video ever. And then when I'm uploading it, I'm usually at the point so I don't think that much, but after uploading it, I'm like, I could do better. It's like emotional roller coaster that I'm riding 24/7. And I'm loving it, but I'm just saying it is. People think because I choose something I cannot say it's cons. Everything has pros and cons. And just because I choose to do something, that doesn't mean it doesn't suck. It seemed better, like it choose your own poison, right? It's like that, but people think you chose it, so it should be sunshine. Okay, next, moving on.
With a large brush, I'm just going to blend this. Just very gently blend it all together.
Recently, I have been really thinking about if my life is like right. Not all of my life. If I'm with the right person, especially if I'm with the right person. And by thinking that, I feel like I am the better person for even thinking about that. How ungrateful, right? It's not, by the way, but I feel like it is. Light source should be lighter. Watercolor is all about building the depth of the color and keeping the paper intact. That's the whole point. That's how I thought keeping the paper intact part could be the hardest thing. Okay, what's next?
Up here, we can do some... Maybe we'll put a little moon up here. We can do some finger painting. I'll just take the finger here and go right up to where you want the moon and just push in a little circle. That's all. Now let's start.
That's kind of cool. I love how all these people are talking so gently and openly about life. It's so freeing. I don't know, I love artists. Maybe deep down I wanted to become an artist full time. I still do, but not in the same way that I wanted to when I was a kid. For now, moving on.
And then we'll take the large brush and very gently just blend this. Now let's start with a fan brush and we can put some happy little clouds in the sky. And then we'll just take and maybe come right down here like this. And just begin making all these pretty little things. Just let this sort of disappear.
It's so calming. If you wanna darken something more than the darker color of that something, so if you wanna darken blue like I want, you shouldn't use darkest blue. It won't get darker than darkest blue. Actually put something opposite color like reddish brown, and it's gonna give you that little depths that you were looking for in the color. I just remembered this very snaky girl, not even girl, auntie, that I used to work for and used my personal emergencies to her advantage, which is taking advantage of me even more. That's interesting, isn't it? Now I cannot trust anyone, but maybe I am trusting everyone too easily still. That's what keeps me at night. Like, what if I'm too dumb, too kind? Also, I just realized I can learn this camera setting in YouTube in like an hour if you want to do a deep dive. And I reset it all the settings, and it looks so much better in my opinion. Why haven't I done this sooner? It's so easy and it's so much better.
A little tiny bit in here. And just let it gently get darker and darker as it gets away from the moon. Up in here, maybe there's another happy cloud that floats around and lives right here. This is your world, so you can put clouds wherever you want them.
Anyway, let's paint some clouds. So try what he's doing because my brush is like pointier, not do what he does, but I can still. It's your paint, so draw what's in your mind. That's very calming and affirmative, don't you think? It's your word, so whatever you paint goes just like how I want to live my life. People think artists are dumb, right? They actually are not. They're just a little out of box, and quote unquote smart people think if someone is out of their box, they're all dumb and stupid. That's really sad for them. What a miserable life they must live in. Sunshine, is romanticizing the life after breakup. Red flag, you think? Not the characteristic of me, but what kind of relationship I have. I love it so much so far.
And we figure out here where the water line's gonna be. And just very gently begin touching the canvas. Now maybe right into the moon here, we're gonna have some light reflecting in the water. So we can just take and do this. I'm pushing very, very hard just to push the color right into the canvas. Just let this come all the way down.
I'm gonna try what he's doing. This is very hard for me. This is very new, but I said I'm gonna try new things if I can every day. So I'm gonna paint the paper darker for the water part and then see what works better. Really color. Not gonna lie. I love his idea. Let the paint work. I wanna let my paint work. I'm gonna embrace some of the texture as well. When I do anything rather than working, I learn. Whenever I do something, whatever I do, I think everything is just like life. When I'm learning golf, I'm learning if you think of something and if you fix something, the other problem will come up, and then if you fix something, the old problem will come up. It's just like life, right? There's so much thing happening all at once, and you think you're done for, and then it gets hard again. And you think it's really hard, but you're actually doing it really alright. And you think, when you see other people doing golf, I was like, they're not even doing anything. Why are they like out of breath? Why are they sweating? But you're actually doing it and you're realizing it's actually really hard, just like life. But then you come home trying to implement it with your life. It's not easy. Also, at the same time, nothing is too hard. You can learn it pretty quickly. It's just harder than you think. Psych. This video is gonna be fun? We have no idea, right? But am I gonna have fun? Yeah, whatever. I gotta get used to it at this point. I'm gonna sit up just a little so I can see it better. Unintentional darts. I might like this. I might actually have fun with this. Am I having fun right now? How dare you? God forbid. God forbid. Women have fun. Okay, moving on.
My mother lives in Florida. I was originally born and raised in Florida and moved to Alaska. But my mother and I have a brother who still lives there. Once again, we'll take the large brush, and all we're going to do is just very gently blend this in. And we're using pretty firm pressure here. We can really push. This paint's dry. We can push it and move it around without destroying everything. My mother lives in Florida. I was originally born and raised in Florida and moved to Alaska. But my mother and I have a brother who still lives there. We're using pretty firm pressure here. We can really push. This paint's dry. We can push it, move it around without destroying water.
Wow.
And we can begin working on details in the water.
Do you know what? I actually have big flat bomb. No, big flat brush. I'll be right back. I bought this brush to clean my palette and use it as a broom. But we're gonna use it to blend today, which is fun. Which, same girl. It's not gonna work. Same as oil paint. I'm gonna have as much fun as he does. Just look, it's so sick. See, you can do it even if you don't have the same thing as someone else. You can still do the same thing. You just gotta be creative. Oh, it's so pretty. Right? Oh, what he did. The white. Adding some white. Inversion of it. Yeah, that's cool. Doesn't hurt the paper as well, since it's really thick paint. He's a genius for that, you know. Alright, that's sick. Might be able to do with the clouds a little bit.
Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of magic white to my fan brush just to make the paint a little bit thinner, tiny bit thinner. Load quite a bit of paint into the brush, and we can begin working on some individual waves and stuff here. And we just barely touch the canvas. We don't want big waves back here in the distance. We want them to get bigger as they come forward. Just barely touch it and give it a little pull, just like that. There you go. Wherever you think there ought to be a wave, that's where it should be.
Oh, that's fun.
I knew you could do it.
Thank you. So encouraging. Encouraging. Let's do it here. For inviting it. Play.
Up in here, we'll put some beach in here. So let's put a big wave right in here. Now, once again, right under our light source, we want this to be bright. So start here. Like there we go. See, automatically it gets darker as you get farther away from it. Okay, now. Now, once again, right under.
Wow, that's sick. He's so sick, guys. His encouraging nature is so cool.
And here we can just add a few little highlights on the water, just where the light's playing through here. Don't want them to get too bright. Now we can take a good dry, clean brush here and very gently just blend this right out. Just blend it so it just fades right into the background. Right out. Just blend it so it just fades right into the background. Very gently. 3 hairs and some air.
I'm having fun. That's all that matters, right? Oh, my shoulder's killing me. I realized why I started to going acupuncture when I was like 10. Blend. That's
things happening in the water, some little foamies. Okay, now maybe we have a little beach up here. I'm gonna spend some time working on this beach. Now we can take the fan brush and just put us some basic shapes in here. And with a clean, dry brush, I want to grab this and pull it down. I want reflections. I want this to look like sand, wet sand. Just pull it down.
I don't have space for beach.
Now. We just put
Let's try some sand, even if we don't have that much of space. I started painting today. I just didn't wanna sit there with my thoughts alone. I mean, I don't feel less alone, but I'm still thinking about it. So I don't know if that's good or not.
And we can go back, and once again, we'll put in the little foam things that are happening right along in here. Now, just sort of pull this back. There. There we go. It's a super easy way to do a nice, very effective seascape.
Oh, it really is.
Can't get in there.
Oh, diva down. Diva down. So I think I'm just gonna do without second camera, because this camera, this device down, but she did a great job. Now I can focus on it, being on a better posture.
If this is in Florida, we need a palm tree. I got to have a palm tree, so maybe there's a big palm tree right out through here. Canvas, just let it go up like that. We got us a basic trunk in. And palm trees are like everything else. They get lonely too, so let's give him a friend. Maybe there's one that always just bends all around like it. But I want it very thin. Very thin.
I love so much. I wish you could see this.
And pull. Now this one's sort of coming right towards you, so maybe you can see both sides of him. Fantastic little seascape that works so easy. Maybe we'll just put a few little indications of things down here. Happy painting. God bless.
I just finished painting and both of my camera sets were done, babe. So my phone has to be it. So here's my paint. I did my little signatures and all. I'm gonna show you. Huh? It's good considering I followed oil paint tutorials and did watercolor, right? I'm gonna show you darker lights. Such a beautiful paint. And I'll show you, this is the reference. And obviously it's very old footage, so side to side. Pretty similar, huh? My battery's gonna die, so we're gonna close it very quick. Thank you for coming here and see me struggling with my life. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I feel so much better now. I am contemplating with a lot of life choices right now, and only thing that keeps me happy, no, not only thing, the biggest thing that keeps me happy are you guys, and it's been really good recently as well. If you're a real warrior that keeps watching my long YouTube videos while nobody's watching, I love you. And I hope you like that. Maybe follow Pablo's tutorial. He's a really good guy, and I can tell like he's positive, spiritual guy. I would love to be like him. I don't know. Anyway, it was a fun artist day. Thank you for coming with me, and I have a little more things to think maybe, but Whatever. Let's do a thumbnail. Bye.